Hi kids, it's Miss Patty with another week of Art Around the World Take and Make Crafts. But before we begin our art tutorial of the week, I promised last week that I would bring more prizes. So last week I showed you the travel guide, which is what everybody gets when they sign up. This is week 3 prize. So you get something when you sign up as long as you read first 3 weeks. That is the halfway point. You get one of these fun prizes. These are squishy pencil pouches. Look at, they're filled with like a glitter glue. There's unicorns, under the sea, a hand, sort of an Avenger, sort of maybe Incredible Hulk, and another under the sea. This has fish. This one has a pirate treasure. So everything moves around. It's like a sensory pencil pouch. But they're all filled with a Culver's coupon, some pencils, another fun eraser. So everybody's gonna have something fun. This is 1st grade through 8th grade. And then the little guys, don't forget, I still got you a Culver's coupon, which is great. You get a one-of-a-kind dinosaur crayon in yours, a coloring book, and also dinosaur stickers. So you have loads of fun too. So get into the library soon. If you need help entering your Beanstack reading minutes, please let us know. We are happy to help, but you have to keep reading to get your prizes. And then after this, we will have our week 6 prize. So you have sign up week 3 and week 6. You don't want to miss out on these. These are while supplies last. So keep up with your reading minutes to make sure that you get one. Now, why don't we go ahead and start our project of the week. So this week, our Art Around the World, we are going to learn about Native American dream catchers. So this is something that Native Americans started making to make sure that you only have good dreams. I think I like that. Nobody likes bad dreams. So this you hang up in your room and it catches all the bad things to make sure you only have good dreams. We are making ours with a paper plate to make sure that it's super easy for you to make. So what you're gonna do is come to the library and get your kit. All of the kits have yarn, some strips of paper, and feathers along with the paper plate. So any of these little extras, like on this one, I added some gemstones. This one, I added pom-poms. I used paint on this, marker on this. Just use whatever you have at home. It's one of those things where it's fun to pull out the extra craft supplies. If you have extra sequins at home, that will be really sparkly, right? To make sure it gets all those bad dreams. Or how about beads on your yarn? So if you have extra beads at home too. So just use what you have. Be creative. That's the best part about summer. We have more time to read and more time to be creative. I want to show you how to start by cutting the center. So young kids, I want you to ask for help. Lightly fold your paper plate, and it already has the outline for you to follow. So we're just going to cut it in half. Go slow. Make sure you get a good circle. There we go. And then we're just gonna unfold it. And there it is. So if you want to paint this, color it with crayons, markers, whatever you think, I would do that first and let it dry, especially if it's paint. Once it's dry, you can turn it over and glue your strips of paper on. I've already cut them. Okay, so after we've cut our circle out, flip your piece of your paper plate over, and let's glue all the way around the edge. You're gonna have all of these thin strips of paper And all you want to do is just place them in different directions. And you're going to push them on the edge. They could all meet in the middle. And you don't have to use them all if you don't want to. You can make different designs. You might need to have, like right here, this is overlapping, so I'm going to put a little bit more glue here. And if they're too long, you can cut them a little bit shorter. So you can use as many or as little as you want. Then you have to kind of flip it. So before you turn it over, let's make sure we stick these all down. We might cut some that are too long. So put a little more glue on the end. Push that down. We'll cut this one too. And then just press them all down. Turn it over. What do you think? Maybe we should add one more? I think we should. I think this gap is a little too big. So how about right here? So we'll take it and hold that. Is that a little better? You can decide. Do you need another one? I think it would look good. And you can weave them, right? A lot of times the Native American ones use a lot of weaving to do theirs. So you can weave it throughout the strips. Let's again put a little more glue on this one. Let's cut this one a little shorter. And put a little more glue. Okay. We'll hold the paper plate and press that all down. So before we turn it over, let's make sure they're all stuck down where you want them. Make sure you have enough. There we go. We'll move this aside. Well, those are drying a little bit. Let's decide, do we want a little bit more design on here? Can color that. And then also you can cut your yarn. So what I think is the middle one can go a little bit longer, and everybody should have 2 fatter feathers and 1 skinnier feather. So let's see. If you cut it like this, let's see. Let's fold it. Make sure we get one that's a little bit longer. So here's 2 that are the same and 1 that's a little bit longer. See how I did that? So just keep folding it. I didn't measure it. Those are the same. This one is a little bit longer. So we'll cut that here and we'll cut that here. And then you're going to want to just take your hole puncher and make 3 holes. Let's see, and 3. So don't make it too close to the bottom. You don't want those to rip off. So the first thing we should do is tie those. We'll do the shorter ones on the sides. Just feed it through the top. Give it a little knot. to make sure that's good and secure. So those are the same. Now your longer one, we don't need that long. And also from your longer one, we want to make a hook for the top. So you want one hole on the top. Take about this much so you can feed it through and making a hook. So I would say that's about 5 inches or so. So now that one is just a tiny bit longer, which is enough. You don't want the feathers to come down and tickle you in the nose, right? We don't want it too low. So just loop it through and make a knot. So now you can hang it in your room. And let's feed that last one through. Then we can attach our feathers. Okay, now we have all of those nice and tight and secure. So there's those. If you have any thread that's hanging, you can always put it around the back, or we can take that little piece and just cut it off. Okay, so why don't we, I didn't use beads on the other ones. How about we see if we can get some beads? So you want the, more like the pony beads. So we'll do those on the middle one. So I'll do orange, purple, orange. You might need a little assistance getting these tied on. So, because you want to use maybe a little bit of combination of glue and knotting. These feathers seem to have a very good stem on them. So you want to make sure you get a nice knot on them so they don't come loose. And then we'll string the beads down the yarn. I put the long one in the middle, tie that tight, and now let's see. See why the pony beads are good? Those will go right on the feather. Let's feed that up, put our purple one down, and another orange one. Oh, that looks good. You can cut that little piece of string there. Very nice. Okay, and then we have our 2 blue ones for there. Let's see if I have some more matching beads. We have some red. So I'll do 2 red. There we go. And I have some green. If you don't have beads, that's okay. You can use beads on the other ones and those look great. So I just try to show you some different elements you can add, especially sometimes kids want all of theirs to look a little bit different. Another fun thing sometimes you have from extra projects at home, if you have some glitter glue, that would be very pretty on the paper plate. Now, these ones are a little bit harder because there's not as long as a stem. So just go ahead. After you knot it, if you need to add a little bit of glue to it, that's okay. Just tie it really tight. And then again, we'll cut the extra yarn. The beads are really good because I think they help keep the feather in too. So just feed those down. That. And again, if you want, that looks kind of good. The yarn's unraveling. You can leave it there. And let's do our other one. So let's feed those beads. Which one goes first? Red. Green. Red. And let's one. So just bring it around. Sometimes you have to almost tie some of the feathers with it, just so you have enough space to tie it on. Just pull the yarn through. There we go. Tie that tight. And again, push your beads down right onto the feathers down. That looks great. Should we add a couple sequins? How do you think that I should color this paper plate? Maybe some black marker designs? Those could use some little tweezers with these sequins. They're so tiny. You know what? Maybe if we do the glue, and then I'll push the sequin down. Ooh, I think this one is going to be really good at making good dreams. So I'll let those sequins sit there for a minute so they get dry. There we go. Let's do another one there. I think it looks nice if you put something maybe on the where the paper crisscrosses. Should we add some more? There. That looks excellent. So each one is different and unique, just to give you lots of different ideas of what you can do. You can't go wrong with this project. Super simple and fun. Even when this one is not colored in, it still looks good. So stop in the library and I'll surprise you. I haven't figured out what design I'm doing for this one yet. Maybe some marker, maybe some paint, or maybe I'll try something new. Never-ending crafts at Wakanda Area Library. I will see you guys next week when we have another art around the world. Have a great week, everybody, and keep reading.